Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach, and today I'm talking about why you keep on attracting the same kinds of people. So I really believe, because this is something that I definitely went through. So I truly believe that if you keep on attracting the same kind of people, is because there's some kind of lesson that you haven't quite learned from it. So in essence, then you need to learn from your previous experiences, and you must really want to not attract that kind of person back into your life. And I found this with not just with dating people when I was obviously still in the dating world, but also with like friendships as well. Like I always seem to be attracting the same kind of friends to hang out with. And it wasn't until I was like, no, I don't want to hang around these kinds of people anymore. And no, I don't want to be with someone who is like this anymore. And truly having that resolve and saying to myself, I want this. And I suddenly got clear and understood the importance of getting clear on the kinds of friends that you want, on getting clear on the kind of partner that you want to attract. And that's why I wrote a list of all of the qualities that I wanted in a partner. So I would start focusing more on those things and looking out for those things, as opposed to looking out for the things that I didn't want. Because, our minds are very powerful things. A classic example is when you get a new car, and for whatever reason, you wasn't looking out for those cars before. And suddenly, when you get this new car and it's in the same kind of color, you start seeing these cars everywhere, So it's like one of those things that our mind plays tricks on us. Like what we put our focus on, what we pay our attention to in our minds, we start to see in our experience, because we're focusing on it. We're focusing on it more, we're paying more attention to it. And if you're attracting the same kinds of people, it's because on some level you are looking out for that. It's kind of like when you hear people say, things like, oh, all men are all the same and all women are all the same. And it's like, no, they're not. We're not, women aren't all the same, men aren't all the same. It's definitely not like that. It's just that you are just looking out for those qualities, and therefore that's what you're attracting into your life, and you're completely ignoring and kind of blocking out all of the other men and women who are different, because you're solely focused on looking for those qualities that you don't like, because those are the ones that you're thinking about mostly. So you need to get really clear on what it is you actually do want, as opposed to thinking of things that you don't want. So if you're always thinking like, oh, I always attract men who treat me badly, or I always attract women who treat me badly, then start looking for things that you do want. Write down a list of the qualities that you want in a person, that you would love to date. Write the things out that you want to see. And, when you come into contact then with someone who isn't one of those things, you're just going to start, straight away and be like, no, I'm not interested in dating you anymore. So that's what you need to kind of get really clear on. You need to get clear on what you do want. And you need to be absolutely sick to your stomach of the qualities that you don't want, the personality traits that you don't want, the kinds of people that you don't want. So when they enter your life, you're just like, no, I'm not going to even give this person the time of day, right? You need to have that kind of resolve and think, no, I'm not even going to give this person a chance, because there's already some qualities I'm seeing there that I don't like. So I'm just going to ignore them. I'm just going to or say to them, look, it's not working out. I don't want to date you anymore, something along those lines, and start searching for people that have different qualities, that have different aspects to themselves, because that's why you keep on attracting the same kind of friends, that's why you keep on attracting the same kind of partners, is because that's what you're looking out for. And you don't realize, that there are actually other better avenues out there. There are people out there that you can attract that have the qualities that you do want. And sometimes all it takes is just having that belief that you can find someone who has the qualities that you are looking for. Have that belief, because at the moment your belief is, I keep on attracting the same kind of people. And guess what? If you believe that, that's what you're going to see. That's what you're going to get, because that's your belief. If you believe you're going to keep on attracting the same kinds of men, the same kinds of women, then guess what? You're just going to keep on doing it, because that's what your thought is. That's what you think is happening to you. But if you switch it up and you say, look, I'm going to look for this kind of person, I'm going to look for that kind of person, I'm going to look out for these kinds of qualities, and I'm just going to ignore the rest. If I see something I don't like, I'm just going to not focus my attention on it. I'm going to focus my attention elsewhere. And that's when you're going to start to see that you can attract the people that you do want into your life. Now, sometimes I also think, this isn't always the case, but sometimes we attract people who are like ourselves. Like, if you want to attract someone who is has certain qualities, then you need to adopt those kinds of things yourself, because I truly believe that like attracts like. So you can't, if you want someone who is really great at communicating, who isn't passive aggressive, if you want someone who, won't give you the silent treatment, then you also need to stop doing those kinds of things when you enter a relationship or when you start dating someone. You need to attract, in a way, the kind of person that, you need to be the kind of person that you want to attract. If you want someone who is fit and healthy, then you need to start getting fit and healthy yourself. If you want someone who has a great personality trait, who isn't toxic, shall we say, then you need to stop doing things that you perceive as toxic within yourself and all that kind of stuff. Because I do truly believe that you will attract what you are. So if you feel like you keep on attracting all of these people that are not what you want, then it could be that you are also the reason why you're attracting them is because for whatever reason you are doing the same kinds of things that they are. It might not be the same exact things, but it could be very similar, and that's why those people are attracted to you. Because if you start behaving completely differently and you start behaving in a way that you want, then the people that once found you attractive, that you kept on attracting to you, will start seeing you as a different person and think, oh, I'm not attracted to that. They act and behave in a way that I'm not really that attracted to, that I don't like, because that's not who I am. And therefore you'll stop attracting those people, because you're now behaving and acting differently. And therefore when you are behaving and acting differently, you are attracting different people. You are attracting people who behave and act differently as well. So you need to figure out your own behaviors, what you're putting out to the world, what you're putting out there to the universe. And because you will attract what you are. You will attract what you are. So if you are someone who feels like they're always attracting people that are not right for you, that have all these horrible personality traits, then it may be the case that you need to eradicate some of those traits out of yourself so you stop attracting those people, if that makes sense. I know it sounds a bit otherworldly, sounds a bit metaphysical, but I've seen this happen in my own experience, so I know that it is true. And I think it's to do with the there's like something in our brain basically, and it's like it's kind of like when I was talking about the car. Like if you get a certain car, you probably didn't see many of those cars around, and then suddenly when you're driving it and you have it and you've bought it, you start seeing those cars everywhere. And it's simply because that's what you're focusing your attention on. It could be, it's the same with a lot of things. It could be like if you're really into a certain brand of clothing, and you just suddenly oh yeah, this brand of clothing, it's so different, it's so new, I've never heard of it before, and then you start again seeing people wearing those clothes. It's what you're putting your focus on and your attention on. And I think that it's something that our brain does. We just focus on things that matter to us because we've made it important in our own heads. So you've got to really start thinking about this kind of stuff. Because that's what's going to attract the right kind of people. It all starts with you. It's not to do with everyone else. It's to do with you and how you are attracting these people into your life. So you've got to change your thoughts about it. You've got to figure out what it is that you do want. Start focusing your attention on that. Stop focusing on what you don't want. Focus on what you do want, and you'll start to see those kinds of people starting to appear in your life. And you have to you have to not even give those people that were once who you thought weren't right for you, you need to stop giving those people the time of day. As soon as you notice, and you're on a date with someone, as soon as you notice a behavior that you don't like, that you think is, something that, all men are the same, or all women are the same, I keep attracting these people. As soon as you start seeing that kind of behavior in someone, you got to stop that interaction with them. You got to say to them, look, I just don't think it's going anywhere, and then move on and find someone else. Because you have to be absolutely fed up. You have to be absolutely sick of the kinds of people that you're attracting into your life, so you can realize that you're going to put that wall up and say, no more of that, I want this. Keep on focusing on that, and you'll attract it, and you'll attract them and those kinds of people. So I hope that's made sense to you. I know it's a bit metaphysical. If you would like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Bye guys.